So today, beloveds, we will be talking about l'amour. Love, we call it. My love, we call it. And sing. Hallelujah. Hey beloveds, I'm back again. You're back again. Let's do this, okay? My name is Marcia Charnice, and that's only half of my story. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. As you can tell from today's title, I will be discussing some hard truths about self-love. I know throughout my journey of self-love, my continuous journey on self-love, I've learned some difficult things. And I feel like today's topic is going to be unpacking some of those things. And I really hope y'all are able to sit back, understand what I'm saying, you know what I mean? And maybe you even, experience some of this yourself. But as y'all know, I had to write it down. Y'all already know that. I wrote it down so that I don't miss anything. But I will be discussing 5 hard truths about self-love, okay? In addition to that, I did post on my Instagram a Q&A. So if you don't follow your girl on Instagram, you're missing out. You're missing out because these are pertinent. These are needed. These are what is going to get us to further our journey on self-love, okay? So I did post on my Instagram a Q&A that asked, what is something you learned to love about yourself? And I got so many responses, I got so many responses. So I'm so grateful for everybody that responds. Everything that I say is anonymous. I'm not gonna put nobody out there like that ever, but I do want to unpack some of those truths. And I got so many entries, y'all. I got so many responses that I really feel like I may just do a part 2 on this video. So yeah, that's the truth of the matter. But here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into the 5 hard truths about self-love. Y'all ready? Let's go. Number 1, self-love is a mental feeling. Y'all know one of my biggest pet peeves is when I'm saying something and then somebody's like, oh, you're being illogical. You're just speaking out of emotion. Emotion is not illogical. Emotion is mental feeling. Emotion is it's one of the most logical things we could have. To have an experience, know how we feel about it, and then express that feeling to someone else who probably has not experienced that. That's not illogical. If anything, you're the most logical person able to do that. Obviously, emotions can take a toll, you know what I mean, if you're not expressing those correctly, and there's always a way to go about things. But having emotion is not an illogical thing. If anything, it gives you the upper level in the room. You have to feel the emotion in here and in here that you need to love yourself. Just like you feel with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, with your mama, with your daddy, like, oh, I love you, as a mental thing, as a feeling, you have to feel the same way about self-love. That's not something that you should just graze over. It should be a feeling in you to love yourself. And that's a hard truth that had to come about on these 23 years I've been walking on this earth. You know what I mean? I'm a 1990s baby. Y'all 98, but whatever. For real, that self-love is a mental feeling. You have to be able to know that self-love is something that you need to feel about yourself. You can't just proclaim it, oh yeah, self-love, and then not actually feel that for yourself. You know what I mean? All right, number 2, self-love is necessary for growth. Y'all, you cannot grow if you do not love yourself. There's no way. There's literally no way. And I'm gonna be real. Y'all stop treating self-love, like it's your side chick. Stop doing that. That's not cute. You want to do any and everything with any and everybody, not filling yourself up, but just giving. And once you realize you down and out, all of a sudden now you want to call on self-love. Sis, you haven't been putting in that exercise on that muscle. So you really think You really think self-love is gonna come up out of nowhere? No, it takes time. It's a journey. You get what I mean? Now, you can start anywhere, but I'm just saying, don't be sitting there expecting when you're down and out all of a sudden for self-love to just pop up out of nowhere if you have not been actively trying to be better at it. You get what I'm trying to say? So people be treating self-love like it's like you just pick it up and drop it off whenever you want to. Like you want to call it in the middle of the night, you know what I mean? When you just needy or whatever. And you should have it in you to give, but it shouldn't be your last resort. Self-love, every decision you make, you need to think about yourself in it too. That's self-love. So self-love is necessary for growth. If you're growing, you're not comfortable. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. They cannot coexist. They cannot coexist. So self-love, it's gonna be uncomfortable sometimes, but it's necessary for growth. It's necessary for the person who you're trying to become. Me on my self-love journey, I haven't been that comfortable. You get what I mean? Like looking in the mirror every day, maybe not loving what you see, whether that's your body parts or whatever. Like that doesn't mean that you should just stop. That just means that there's opportunities for growth there. It may be uncomfortable to look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I love you. You know what? I love you. You know what? I love you. Those are times that you need to say it when you are uncomfortable. Daily affirmations, y'all already know I'm big on those. Self-love is necessary for growth. If saying a certain daily affirmation makes you uncomfortable, if it ignites a negative connotation to yourself, then you need to get uncomfortable to unpack that, and so that you are able to grow in self-love, okay? So self-love is necessary for growth. All right, here we go. Number 3, self-love is not pretty. Baby, self-love is not pretty. It really isn't. When you start dealing with self-love and you start caring about who you are and learning all the experience that has shaped you, you will start to realize the good, the bad,
the ugly.
All these things are important whenever you're dealing with self-love. All these things need to be unpacked whenever you're dealing with self-love, whenever you're maturing in self-love. You cannot expect to love the person that you're becoming if you're hating all of the experience that you've had. Come on now. You cannot expect to love the person that you're becoming if you are hating the experiences that you've had. Because who you are is a compilation of all the decisions, choices, and even the experiences that had nothing to do with your decisions and choices. Who you are, they impacted you. It's a part of who you are. But love it. Love it. That doesn't mean it's right. That doesn't mean it's good. That doesn't mean you deserved it. That doesn't mean any of that. All it means is that you can still love you no matter what. So self-love is not pretty. You will have to go back to some of those experiences and realize that damaged you, that hurt you, that put a little dent in you. You know what I mean? But because you're on this journey to love yourself, because you're slowly but definitely going on this journey to love yourself, it's not gonna break you. It's not gonna break you. So self-love is not pretty. I wish it was easy for me to just walk in the mirror every day. Hey girl, you look cute. You know what I mean? Fake it till you make it. Shoot, it's not pretty, y'all. It's not pretty. And it's not meant to be pretty. When you're growing every day, doing what you need to do to mature in your self-love, there's going to be some ugly days. But even love those ugly days. Love those ugly days. Because those are probably the days, going back to number 2, where you see the most growth. Okay? All right, number 4. Self-love is not selfish. It is self-full. Hey, hear me out. Now hear me out. Self-love is not selfish. It is self-full. You cannot give out of an empty cup. This is metaphorical and practical. I wish somebody would give me a drink and it ain't even nothing in there. You know what I mean? That's rude. That's rude. And that's exactly what I was doing for a good amount of time in my life. And I'm pretty sure that's what some of y'all was doing hopefully not right now. But I'm pretty sure that's what some of y'all have been doing in your life. You cannot give out of an empty cup. Come on, we know that. We know that. You cannot give out of an empty cup. okay? So that's a hard truth about self-love. Self-love is not selfish. It is self-full. And many people will think that because you told them, no, I can't go to this outing, I can't go to this party, I can't go to this. And next thing you know, they see you on Instagram because you done posted like, you know, you at the movies or whatever. And they like, wow, like you really turned this back to go to the movies. And it's like, I did that for me. I went for me. I was going for me. No, I couldn't tolerate other people tonight. So I went to the movies for me. That's not you being selfish. That's not you being that's you being self-full. That's you being self-full. Fill yourself up. Fill yourself up. If you feel like you're empty, tell people no. Learn no. That's a hard truth right there. Learn no. Okay? So self-love is not selfish. It is self-full. Fill yourself up first and never give from an empty cup. Okay? All right, and number 5, self-love is a continuous journey. I've been hinting at this kind of the whole time. Y'all, it will not happen overnight. It will not happen overnight. You have to choose. It's a choice. Love itself is a choice. That's biblical. That's practical. That's metaphorical. Everything. Love is a choice. If you're in a situation and someone is telling you that they love you, but you have no choice, no autonomy to do anything, baby, that's not love. So don't even do that to yourself, okay? If you love yourself, choose to love yourself every single day. It won't happen overnight. You know, like I said, you got to unpack some things. It won't happen overnight. But it will happen. One day you will wake up and you will say, I love myself. For every mistake I've made, for every joyous moment I've had, for everything that I put myself through, for everything that someone else put me through, I still love me. That takes a lot. And guess what? It may not be easy, but it is possible. Y'all, that's Bethany Hamilton. You know what I mean? That's one of my favorite quotes, you know. It may not be easy, but it is possible. It's always possible. It will not happen overnight, but it can happen every single day. And eventually, you'll be looking at yourself and be like, who? You. Period. You. Okay? Y'all, self-love, man. These are some hard truths. And it took me a while to get here. I'm still learning a lot myself, okay? Every single day, my daily affirmations, staying motivated, having friends, surrounding myself with an environment that is loving for me helps me love myself even when I don't feel like it. And it's normal to not feel like it. That's okay. But that's why you have accountability. That's why you have people around you who love you just as much, if not more. You know what I mean? So that your cup is being filled. Okay? So yes, 5 hard truths regarding self-love. Self-love is a mental feeling. Self-love is necessary for growth. Self-love is not pretty. Self-love is not selfish. It is self-full. And self-love is a continuous journey. Y'all, that is some 5 hard truths that I had to learn. Please let me know if there's any hard truths that you had to learn while you was on your self-love journey. I would love to see what more of you have learned to love about yourself. And even speaking of that, some of you have already let me know. But y'all, I really just love having these conversations that we can just unpack certain things that we've just been through, all for the sake of self-love. So y'all, I just want to thank you so much, my little gang of beloveds, for rocking with me, shaking with me, and keeping me afloat as we continue to learn to love ourselves day in and day out. I will see y'all soon, and always remember, you a dime plus 99, period. Y'all, please ignore my stain. I know I have a stain. You don't have to look so hard. I know I have it. Just let it be. Thank you.